What's up, y'all? I would do a steak stroganoff. I've never cooked this before. I don't even know the last time I ate it. I just think I could probably make it. So come join. I will introduce you to a few of the items, and then because I don't have a tripod for this, you can feel free to, likes, thumbs up, and give me a couple bucks so I can buy a tripod. That way I can set it up so you can watch me cut things and to put the whole thing together. But yes, welcome. There's a little salt here. So I'll wait till some people show up, and then we'll. Oh, I found my Ren and Stimpy shirt. That's fine. That was the motivation. And not for the beef stroganoff, just for the title screen. And we will start by cleaning my knife off. Man, what kind of person doesn't clean their knife off after each use? What a slob. Got most of the items out that I'm going to need. This should be fun. Who's there? Who are you? Never point a knife at anybody. But since this is a camera, I'm allowed to do things that you can't do in public. Don't do that in a public setting. Never use your knife as a pointing device. Don't do that. It's not nice. They're probably even pointing at you guys. Don't do that. It's your thumb at people. Use your thumb. So, anyways. How to hold the knife properly. There you go. You pinch the blade. Pinch the blade. You don't hold your knife back here. Don't do that. Never do that. This is ridiculous. You have no control over the knife. Pinch the blade first, find a good weighting, and then you grab it with the rest of it here. That's how you hold a knife. You should be able to use a knife just with these two fingers. Really, you should be able to cut with these two fingers. This is for stability. This is for technique. So here we go. Knife. It's here. Got a couple things out. Got most of my stove in order and my ingredients out. You'll see what I'm working with here. I just got them out a little bit ago, so we'll see. This could be fun. This could go tragically bad, or probably it won't, because I know what I'm doing. Although I don't. I've only looked at a recipe once, and I just kind of was like, okay, that's how you do it. We'll see. I'm missing no key ingredients unless you consider mustard a key ingredient, but I do not have mustard. Some places do not use mushrooms, but I'm going to use a cream of mushroom soup. Because it's a cream of mushroom soup, I don't think I'm going to need any flour for it. I'm going to use egg noodles. They say they're classic egg noodles, but they're more like spirals. I hope they kind of release a little bit of the spiral because I like a wider, flatter noodle. But yeah, that's we got cream of mushroom. I'll show you the goodies in a second. I'll wait till a few people show up, and then I'll start the cooking process. And I've got the steak out, ready to go. I've got let me turn my pan on here. I'll even give you a little bit of a. We got the pans out. We've got all of the key ingredients here. Wonder what's going on here. Zen's going to cook. Yes, I am. Cook. Chefing. Let's go here. We will wait a moment or two. Let me turn this pan on real quick. I'm just going to turn it on low right now. Let's try to get this set up a little better than I did last time. Ripe Soul, you have a question for me. I have answers for you. I don't know that they'll be the right ones, but I'm guessing they will be. What's the question? Stem cells, as far as I'm aware, yes. Proteins, I don't know. I think you probably get some type of protein. A protein just means original source of protease. So I'm assuming to a degree there's protein in there. I mean, to build anything, you need either the amino acids that will then build the proteins, or the proteins that get broken down to amino acids and then rebuild to make more protein. So I'm assuming yes. The stem cells, I'm pretty sure, as far as I've read, as far as I've noticed, amino acids. Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought it was amino acids, which are the building blocks for what you'd say are proteins. Although proteins just mean original source of something. So when people talk about proteins or caloric intake, they're not speaking the right language. Even people that have studied, they don't understand fully the idea of nutrition or proteins. Not too many people do. Even nutritionists or vegetarians or all these people that study this, they don't know. Could I survive and thrive solely on urine? Could I? At this state? Perhaps. I mean, I think you need to be in a healthy mindset. You need to have enough sunshine. You need to ground yourself. You need to be at least in a decent body shape to begin with. I mean, because you can't just be, into the mode of cleansing. Because if you're cleansing, you'll. But if you're into building, and I know people that have lasted for a very long time on here, and so indefinitely, I don't know. I don't know what the longest anyone's gone is. I mean, the fact that there are people that have done breatharian, that's even more proof. People have done breatharian for months. Let's get this water going for these noodles. Yeah, so the amino acids, I think that's the correct answer. That's what I was saying. I don't think it's the actual what you'd call a protein, which is the building blocks. Yeah. I mean, I know for sure that okay, if I can do water for 43 days, then I can surely do urine for longer than that, because I have something in there that I can build from, and it's going to do other things for me. So if I could do water for 40, then. And I know people you've watched documentaries and things on people doing water fast for 60 days. So you get quite a bit of nutrition out of urine, obviously. It's a perfect medicine and perfect food. What else do you really need? John Armstrong, a man, 102 days in urine and water. Yeah. What will you break a fast with? A water fast? That's how long, but anything over 10 days. Broth from a vegetable soup. And then after I felt like I'd take something solid, I would take the mushy vegetables. And then I would work my way up if I wanted to go back to, dense foods. You just go through the realms. Liquids, soft solids, and solids if you needed them. But soups. Like when I broke my fast, it was my really long water fast. It was a smoothie of fresh pineapple, strawberries, coconut water. I don't remember what else. It was just a bunch of really good fruits, and I just took a sip, and I was just like. I'll wait a few more minutes for some people to show up before I start cooking here. Do you rate bone broth? Or would you consider them vampiric in nature? It's a good question. I mean, to get to the bone broth, what did you have to do? It's the white blood cells that are creating. I mean, if you got to kill something to get there, you're probably eating the meat anyways. But if you're like eating the bones at the end, I don't think so. I don't think so in the sense that, like, if you're a vulture or a crow or some sort of blackbird that only cleans up, you don't do the killing, I wouldn't even consider that vampiric so much. If something else killed it, and you're cleaning up a dead body, but if you just got the bones and the bone broth, I mean, bone broth is really, really good for so many reasons. So, I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think so. That's a difficult question. A couple variables go into it, but no, not really. Well, there you go. I'm here. I'm live, just cooking up some dinner. Funny enough, I'm cooking up a steak right now. I'm gonna cook up I'm gonna make a steak stroganoff, and I was just gonna wait for some more people to come in here, and I was gonna walk through. This is like a whole. I've got the whole kitchen out. I don't do this too often. See, check it out. I've got my pan on. We got a little pot over here for the water, for the noodles. We got all the sauce for the spices, the steak. We got the mushies, a little bit of I think the Alfredo sauce and the cream of mushroom is going to go together to make a good. It's not going to be Alfredo because it's gonna have some other things in it. So I think it's going to still be. I think it'll be. This is why I call it like a special steak stroganoff. So yeah, we got some cool things here. I got a little truffle oil. You'll see. You'll see. Well, let me get these noodles in here, because no matter when the noodles are done, they're going to be good. I got this pan on, got this other pan on high. Now that it's not on high, it's on like medium. Let me get a little oil in there. So somebody was asking me earlier, what kind of oil do I use? It's basically because all I have in the house is olive oil, so I use olive oil for everything. Although, there's other things you get away with using different kinds of oils for. Because you don't want to flavor it too much. But it's a steak. You're not going to taste anything over the steak. So we got that on there. You want to see if it's hot enough. Throw a little water in there. There it is, hot enough. Let's see, how long do these take? 7 to 8 minutes. Got noodles in the pan. Step 1, noodles in the pan. Step 2, let's get the steak going. There we go. Bloody lovely. Bloody lovely. Oh, that's gorgeous. Gorgeous. The steak is in there. Get the noodles going. I gotta take it out. The noodles at about 11:20. Well, on my clock it's 11:20. But it's a little wrong. And always have beer or wine when you're cooking. I probably should, because it's a stroganoff, have some Sobieski. So yeah, let's just do that. Fuck it, let's go. So cheers to you all. I'm going to take a little half heat. Okay, now what do we have here? I'm gonna get the sauce going. Okay, clean up as you go. Got my steak dish that I had out. We'll clean this up a little bit. You probably use hot water here. I can use hot water and clean this out, and I'll use this for my meal. Why reuse a plate? Or why not reuse a plate? There we go. And all I'm really doing with the steak is I'm going to get the outside nice and crispy. crispy deluxe, you know. That way, it's about almost a rare. That way, when I make the sauce, I can finish it in the sauce, and I'll have the noodles on the side. Steak, maybe like 1 more minute, and I'll flip it over. And we've got everything I need here. The only thing I really need to cut up. The only thing I really need to cut up is I just don't have enough garlic, so I have garlic from the fridge. But I do have onions here for the stroganoff that I need to cut. I'll flip the steak over real quick here. Oh, no, it's not ready yet. It should easily come off the bottom. What's up, Travis? Ah, sorry, I'm cooking, you know. What time is it here? 5:15. Give me a second, I'll answer your questions. Let me just get these onions cut up here. So I'm going to cut these all nice and thin. I don't really want to have any chunks of onions in this dish, so I'm going to really get in there. There's a really good way to finely chop onions that I'll show you another time. And I'm not doing it that way right now because I didn't have a whole onion to work with. It's a half onion. It's a little more difficult to do. Probably about 30 more seconds on that side of the steak. So this is going to go in the bottom of the front pan here. We've got this turning on now. That there. Okay. Cut off a piece of this butter real quick, so that way I can get these onions down first. Sweat the onions a little bit in the butter. A little salt on. Always put a little salt on your onions. I got some salt already right here. Onions, butter here. Let me put the garlic in afterwards. This base is going to be just these onions here, garlic, and then I have everything else going to go in there a little bit. It really doesn't need me to cook, it's all the spices. Put my onion over here, done with that. Yes. There you go. Straight. Nicely. One side of that is nice. Okay. And the pasta noodles are almost done. Ready to drain. Check out the venting, and then I've got these almost cooked here. Got the garlic going in. I got my spoon ready for the garlic. Noodles are about done now. Add a little bit of oil to this pan so I can put the noodles back in here. They don't stick together. So they don't stick together. I'm going to put my steak back up here and let it rest for a second. About how I want it to sit. Give it a second now. Okay, it's about ready. I start adding things. So I'm going to add my cream of mushroom and a little bit of this basil garlic alfredo. I don't know if I'm going to order that. I don't want that. Yeah. I'm going to dip with this cream of mushroom. Add a little bit of water to this. Definitely just go right there because we're gonna deglass this pan in a second. Turn this down, chill for a second. Get this sauce in order. So I didn't. You know what? I didn't even need the garlic. It doesn't smell right, so I'm not using that. I mean, it smells right, it's just not for the dish. Paprika, a little garlic. I'll be with you in a moment. Might as well just use the whole thing. Because it's a cream of mushroom, I'm not going to need any of the flour or the. I didn't have to make any kind of. I have to make anything special for it. Okay, the steak is probably about where I want it, but we'll see in a second when I cut it. Cheers. Noodles are sitting there. We're going to put butter on them because we want buttered noodles. Put a little oil in the pan, and then the steak. Now I'll throw a little butter in there. Boom. Melt a little. Turn that down. And also, don't forget, because this is it's beef. What I'm gonna do is, you can have a beef broth, but I got a little bouillon cube. I'm gonna use a little bouillon cube here. And let that get mixed up in there. Cracked pepper. There's probably going to be no sodium needed in here. We got the truffle oil, and we've got balsamic for a glaze in a second, and Worcestershire. Just a little dip of it, just a little touch of this. There it is. And then a little bit of at the end, either sour cream, either sour cream or whatever kind of creamy thing you have. So I have a yogurt. And that will work just fine. Sure, what's going on in a second. So this is just getting cooked on another thing over here. Yep. Perfection. Show you what's going on. So there's my steak chilling that I'm going to put into this pan after I deglaze it. I'm gonna put this in this, and then cook the rest of the steak. And those are going to plate, and the steak with all of the sauce will go on top. And it'll be gorgeous. So I'm going to deglass the pan right now with a little white wine. What do I do with my white wine cup? There, it's right there. The white wine in here. Now usually you'd use like a red wine. It would be way better for this, but I don't have any red wine, so we will what we got. I mean, if we have just beer, you use that. Okay, we got that. And I'm gonna add a little bit of that sour cream or yogurt or whatever we got to the already creamy mixture of the mushroom. See, if you actually use mushrooms, I mean, this is why it calls for a little bit of yogurt or something. I don't really need a lot of it because it's already a cream of mushroom. Okay. Okay. My special part is we're going to finish it with a balsamic, cilantro balsamic reduction. Here we go. Turn this off now. Probably better. There we go. Let's see what's going on here. What do you think? And I'll check your comments in 1 second. Sometimes I get into cooking, so. Oh, damn. That's right. That is right. What I'm going to do is just add a tiny bit of truffle oil to that. Truffle oil is just magic. Get this steak cut up here. Oh wow, that one I'm just saving for myself right there. It's just coming off the bone so perfectly. I could probably rip it off with my hand, but it's so hot. Let's see one right there. Oh dog. Yeah. I mean, the cook does actually it's cooked perfectly. I don't even need to touch it. Just get the fat off the side. It's the only thing weird about T-bones is just so much fat in them. If you're not grilling them, it can kind of be a little like, it seems a little wasteful, but nah. It's check out this piece of meat. Let me wash my hands off. Hold on. Like, I think I could probably cut this with a spoon. Let me just take one more little. Okay. Yeah, that's perfectly cooked. I'm not touching it. I'm not putting it into any more. I'm just gonna check this out. Let's look at this right here. See, like a little pink in the middle. So this is like medium rare, almost medium, but it's like So perfectly cooked already. That's why whenever you just cook a steak and you let it sit, it's still cooking itself. So let me just go ahead and cut this exactly how I want it into perfect slices for this. I don't even eat steak, except for sometimes. Special occasions. I'll show you this. It's going to be dangerously good. There it is. We'll cut these right in half. I'll show you what we're working with here. I don't know. Maybe see how big I want it. Maybe even smaller pieces than that. I'll just make these in half too. There we go. And that was just for me. That's the leftovers. Let me wash these off real quick. And that bowl from earlier, already washed off, ready to go. Put that over here. Got the noodles ready to go. Here's what we're working with again. So I got this beautiful steak right here. Just going to taking this and putting it in here. And then we'll put those noodles in that bowl. Here we go. Hold on a second. You can never have enough, too much pepper in this, I don't think. Very peppery dish. Just a little more cracked pepper. Why not? And don't forget, we're going to have a little something special at the end. Just got my noodles here. They've been waiting for me so patiently. Got the butters in there. Got the butter in there. Al dente. Butter noodles. I'm just going to leave a couple in the pan because I like buttered noodles by myself. Those buttered noodles. Throw all this steak into this delicious sauce. And we're almost there. Here it is. Light this up. This shit isn't going to be entirely too good. Entirely too good. Okay, and there's some leftover sauce there that I'll be able to do something with in a second. I'll figure it out before the end of the meal, but hold on. Oh man, fucking A. I don't know if that's what it's supposed to taste like, but goddamn, it's good. Here's how to finish it. I've got a cilantro basil sauce. Well, cilantro basil balsamic that was already done. Oh, there we go. Just a little touch over the edge. Yeah. Stupid. It's exactly how much I needed. That's what I had left. Oh shit. Alright, got my fork. Got my one piece of steak that I just probably put in there. Just let it chill. And I'll show you. Here we go. Let me take this board off real quick. a touch of truffle on top for good measure. 3 drops, that's more than enough. As always, a little cracked pepper on that. No salt needed. And here's the finished, completed product. It's about to be bonkers. So that balsamic on there, it's about to be so good. Okay, let's see what happens. I'm gonna stick this on my face. I'll let you know how it is. Let's see. I don't know that I've ever eaten this dish in my life. Telling y'all. I'm done. I quit. There's nothing else for me to do with it anymore. Nothing. You guys gotta just give me a moment here. That cilantro balsamic. What's over the edge? Truffle. It's fucking truffle. What you gonna do? I'm ready to send this to you guys. I mean, I hate it in front of people, but what the fuck else? I'm gonna eat behind your back. Come join me, guys. I'm going there. I gotta leave this to clean up in a second. Well, then the shit. Sauce. Okay, where'd you go? The sauce will get all stuck in here, so I'm gonna put it in the sink now. And this does deserve wine to go with it.
That Jason State Farm costume is amazing.
Don't get me told the State Farm mobile app.
Okay.
Someone's saying not a costume. When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Most important thing is noodles. Noodle life. That was there. And let's get my vino. Some music. Oh shit, made a mess already. Look at that. Spilled the beer. Oh, these things happen in the kitchen. Cooking, you often make a mess. But if you're not making a mess, you're not cooking. See, people are waiting for me to burp, huh? Burp master flex. The burp god 3000. I come from the future, and I bring the burps. I came to bring the burps. Oh, and I didn't finish all that vodka, so I'll get this all cleaned up in a second. Beer. Let's clean that up. Just want ants in here. Okay, multitasking. And we're back. Okay, wow. Okay, now I can slide into your questions and see what anybody had to say. Oop, shit, motherfucker. Over there. Hold there. Is that better? That might work. There it is. Makes sense. Is that better? That's better. Wow. This castor oil cleanses small intestines. I've never used it before, but I think so. I've heard it cleanses plenty of things in the body. I've just never used it, so I can't tell you for certain. I've read that. Consume it, you know. I mean, there's plenty of oils that you can put up the butt they'll oil up your body, but I've never used castor oil, so I can't really elaborate too much on that. What's up, Divine Hazel? What's up, Fire Drake? Well, Divine Hazel, I'm sorry. I'm not a rich man. I don't have a tripod. Your thoughts on From New Age to Jesus Testimonials? Mike Olson. New Age and Jesus are both bullshit, so, eh. Oh, Sai, well, you should come here when I'm cooking. Oh yeah, when you're fasting and you smell foods, it's pretty awesome. I mean, at first it's terrible. It's very difficult when you're fasting to smell food. But then, like for me, when I've done long fasts, I like cooking. Nobody understands it, but I'm like, because I'm getting what I need from the smell of the food. If you start cooking on day 10, let me go. Oh, I got a napkin right here. If you start cooking on day 10, you would be very unsuccessful. But after a couple weeks, working on the 20th day, you probably start cooking if you have your mind right. I used to go to grocery stores just to walk around and smell the produce. I mean, I would buy things, and cook it, but I was just walking the stores and smell the produce. What's up, Marcel? I need food to eat. A lot of black pepper, yeah. Well, every stage of cooking, but this dish, because of just the amount of steak, like you can always pepper a steak, and it calls for as much black pepper as you like. You can overdo it on this one and not overdo it, No, there's the right amount here. What's up, Barefoot? Alright, so is coconut good for your face? Depends on your skin type, I guess. It depends on the size of your pores and your skin type. If you're oily or dry, and you got to think about the viscosity. You can look up the viscosity of the oils. So if you have dry skin, if you have small pores, you want thinner oil. Thicker oil is not gonna, thicker oil is for certain months too. Think about it. it's hot. Like when does something become like moist? When does it become? So when I lived at the beach, I could use a different oil for my skin than if I lived in the north, because it wouldn't even be an oil; it would be a solid. You know. That shit is so bonkers. Right, so I don't know. That's an interesting question. Probably. I'm sure there's, if everything as above, so below, all the language kind of overlaps. I would think so, probably. That seemed about right. Considering isn't Orion's belt kind of lined up with Egypt and all that, and Egypt is kind of where Egypt and India, kind of the origination point of our species. As much as people want to say it's Africa. Sorry about talking about a mouthful. But once so long as I fasted on water, 43 days. On dry fasting, I don't believe in dry fasting, not yet. I mean, I believe in it, as no one should do it. It can be very, very bad for people. All these people out here trying to push it, they're not understanding. They're moving too fast. People will get hurt if they do it too soon. I know people that always ask me, I'm like, when's the longest you fasted on water? They're like, 10 days. And I was like, so you want to dry fast now? Okay, go do it. So you when you end up in the hospital. That's no good. You already have to have a very cleansed system before you even think about, dry fasting. You can't live in the city. I mean, you could, but you better be outside. You better be staring at the sun. You better be breathing a lot. I mean, on the accident, I dry fasted probably a couple days. Why fast if you need this? What I cook? Steak stroganoff, mushrooms, butter noodles, balsamic on top. Combined hazel. The casserole, I mean, I know casserole does a lot, but that was courtesy of, who's that dude that Wilcox always said he was? David Wilcox always says, I'm the reincarnation of Edward Casey. Or, Edward Casey, is that his name? Edward Casey? How I feel at the end of it, I could have kept doing it. I was sitting there just staring at this juice that I made. I was like, I don't even know if I want this. I'm just sitting there, it's like the end of the day. I'm just looking at this juice. I'm sitting there with the person I did it with. And she was like, I was like, do you want to just keep doing it fast? Like I was like, I don't even need to eat it. I don't even need to consume this. That's where I was. Even the juice right in front of me, the smell of it and everything. I was just like, I don't need it. But then you consume it and you're just like, whoa. I remember now. Man, this shit right here. Okay. Yeah, Wilcox. KFC is cool. Yeah, Wilcox. Backhand Stroganoff. Not even this way. Stroganoff, beef Stroganoff, Wilcox. Got Will and Cox, huh? Oh. If you're kind of full, you just kind of want eating because it's so good. That's why I'm at. Yeah, you don't get. I've been in a lot of fine dining restaurants. I've been in a lot of really good food. This is a single plate of food. That's up there. Oh, Andrew, you missed it. I'm just we could cook some food. What's up, man? Obviously, you happen to come through. I don't have much leftovers. I got some snacks. if you haven't eaten all day, we got beers. You know that. Like when you pass day blank, you'll be good, or past week blank, you won't have as hard a time. For everyone, it's usually day 4, but because day 2 and 3 are so troubling, for most people, day 3 is a challenge, because you're like, if it gets harder than this, or it's this hard the entire time, I can't do this another day. But then sometimes you wake up on day 4 and you just go, oh, because that's when your system shuts down, and it's not requesting any. Excuse me. It's when your system shuts down and it's not requesting any more glucose the way it was. So it's asking for glycogen in a different way, and your body's like, all right, so you're gonna just do in conservation mode right now. Okay, cool. And then your body starts. It's not. It makes your mind work different because you're not functioning on this mode of, can I get some food? Can I get some sugar? Can I get some? I need that. And your body's like, all right, fine. We'll just start eating from over here. And they start eating the fats and the cancers and all of this. After that, and then it becomes very easy for me. Probably day 10. Obviously, you have trouble in spots in there, but. I think he's kidding. I think he's kidding about that. Right, see, I think Andrew's kidding. He fasts all the time, just short. Day 3 is when your body is still asking for food. Yeah, up to 40 days is not dangerous. I mean, if you have any kind of like underlying issues like hypertension, blood sugar issues like that, you could probably find yourself in a feeling like you should, like, I'm gonna fucking die, I should go see a fucking specialist. Like you might have that feeling, but all in all, like if you don't have any really terrible underlying issues, you shouldn't have a problem up to 40 days. I mean, there'll be like, again, day 2 and 3 is when people are just gonna be like, freaking out because of the sugar levels. Like diabetic people would have the hardest time because the transition is gonna be too hard. It's gonna be like, your body needs sugar, right? Your body functions on sugar. Somebody's like, high fruit, too much sugar. Your body functions on sugar. It functions on alcohol too, because the sugar turns into alcohol in your body. What happens outside the body? Sugar in a distiller goes to your deposits, turns into alcohol. Alcohol becomes the fuel for a funny car, or fuel for your car, or fuel for whatever. It's how your body functions. But yeah, the sugars, most people, you know, and carbohydrates, sugars, protein. I mean, there's different kinds of diets that would be easiest to transition to during a fast, and some that are harder, and some that, like, again, underlying conditions of, which most people have, but just could be what it is. It's like, what kind of issue do you have to begin with? Irregular heartbeats, all the shit, dizziness. Whoa. That's usually diabetic related. Diabetes, too much sugar. Maybe it could be hyperthyroidism. I hear you. Yeah, I hear you, Divine. I would love you to keep doing fast, but yeah. Ripe so does your body still shut down if you consume tea? I don't think it does. I've said you just. What I've heard is you need just clean water. Once you add anything else to it, I mean, if it was just tea, I don't know. I just know that there's what kind of things are in the tea. Are there, like, the tea is like, I'm just putting it out there, like it's elements, but is it? It's gonna be something in a black tea or a brown tea or whatever that probably will keep giving the system some sort of identification that something is going in the body. So I don't know. Try it, see how long it goes. I never tried it. Oh, you didn't even, did you see the shirt? It's all right, it's a Stimpy shirt, y'all. Oh, you seen the Zen and Stimpy? Ah, I see. Yeah, Andrew, I completely 100% disagree with that. Everyone should be able to do it. It's like again, it's the sugars and it's the pussification of people's mental attitudes. Like, no one's going to really kill themselves. Like, it'd be very difficult to injure yourself doing a fast. It's much easier to injure yourself eating every day. So no, it's really the amounts of underlying issues, clogged up organs.
Normally, my company does 30 shoots a year. This year's a little different.
I've got several ways to help you and your business. Make an appointment with your Regions banker to understand your options.
Yeah, I mean, basically, it's a mental thing. It's people freaking out. It's people thinking that they can't do it. That's about it. I mean, think about people like, yeah, there's certainly going to be, anything can cause anybody an issue. You know what's worse than fasting? You know how many people die from fasting? Pretty much nobody. You know how many people die from drugs, alcohol, tobacco, firearms, governments, hospitals, doctors. It's not even close. It's not even in the same ballpark. It's like, people actually get healthier from fasting. Watch animals in nature. It's because the animals don't have a shitty diet to begin with. If you have a shitty diet to begin with, then fasting, you might have to do a few things before you can fast for long. So, from everybody I know, I disagree completely. Forcing your body to do something. I mean, everybody forces their body to eat too much. They force their body and their mind to smoke cigarettes. They force their body to do all sorts of things that it shouldn't be doing. I ain't nobody dying from that until way later. What's up, Crystal Anderson? You will not get if you did consume teas, you would not get the same benefits as just water. Water is the most cleansative thing. The point of a fast is to clean your body out. The point of water is to clean your body out. A tea is adding something to it. You want to rehydrate your body. You're not really necessarily rehydrating your body with tea. Still water and fish. Yeah, Andrew, I agree with you. Yeah. If somebody's doing it to become a breatharian, that makes no sense. Why do you want to become a breatharian? What's the point? I want to be breatharian. Why? Why? I don't want to eat. Why don't you want to eat? What's wrong with eating? I like eating. I like fasting too. I like the benefits of both of them. I like what they both do for me. That was crispy. Got it. A little piece of gristle. Yeah. If it's to become a breatharian, it's silly because it's to do it properly. To become a breatharian, to fully become a breatharian, it should take you about 21 years. Granted, things can be changed and you can alter it, but that's 21 years if everything was like in the right state. People go too fast and like, oh, I can go without water. Oh yeah, okay, cool, good job. What's that doing for you? I can go without water for 6 days. Good job. Fasting to make yourself healthier is the way to do it. That's the purpose of it. You've got an ulterior motive behind it. That's the problem. Eating, I like eating. So I eat. Sometimes I don't like eating. I don't eat. Sometimes I eat too much. I'm unhealthy. So I stop eating. I'm healthier. Body wants to maintain balance. Yeah, but most people that's the point, Andrew. Most people's body are so out of balance. That a fast is what they need. They've pushed themselves so far out of balance in one direction, but they don't notice how badly out of balance they are, that a fast would challenge them. But they didn't even notice how easy it is to backslide into this murky water of like their entire system is fucked. If your computer was fucked, you would hit a button and say reboot the whole thing, clean this up. It's gonna take a while. But I'd be like, that's gonna take too long. I can't do it. No, this is great. I just a little bit here, a little bit there. Let me go clean my dish and welcome everybody. There's a Burp Master 3000 right there. The Burp God. I ate my cornbread last night, and usually no meal is complete without cornbread. But because this is not a Cajun meal, we can get away with wine to finish off our meal. And you know what? Add some chocolate. Next time I go to the store, if the zombie apocalypse and World War III and all this shit doesn't happen, I'll go pick up some blueberries. And what's up, Eric? I'll go pick up blueberries and show you the most wonderful blueberry dessert that you'll ever come across. Ever. You have no idea. Yeah, it's like blueberries. It's basically blueberries and cream, but there's sour cream, there's some lemon, there's reduced blueberries, then there's fresh blueberries, and then there is some balsamic as well in this dish. A reduction of balsamic and port wine, balsamic reduction, lemon juice, a little bit of pepper, like black pepper, just a little bit. It's fucking amazing. And here's a piece of dark chocolate. Dark chocolate white wine. Perfect. Oh yeah, to the balance in a denser state. Yeah, Andrew. Yeah. I don't use oils too often. Like I go through stages where I'm just like, I'm just part of this world. I don't know what anybody else is. Or sometimes I'm like, all right, I'm in a cleansing state. I got a bunch of different cocoa butter. Ghee is good. Coconut oil is always good. Cacao. Apricot butter. Almond oil. Yeah, massage almond oil is the best. I like all the essential oils, but that's, additives. Olive's good. I don't use olive in the skin too much. Black wine oil is great. It is a very cleansive thing. It's very, yeah. I like it. I haven't used it that much. Yeah, yep. I'm barefoot. Everything you just said there. Oh, it's fucking. It's divine. It's one of the. It's like when I did my fast, I kept looking at recipes. Afterwards, I cooked all of them. I was like finding the best recipes on the planet. I was making croissants from scratch, like real deal croissants, and then I'd make this blueberry dessert to dip the croissant into, and I'd make that real deal naan that would puff up when you cooked it, because I had a marble slab in the oven. Man, I made fresh bagels from scratch, molasses and stuff. Yeah, man. We used to make jams and jellies and. You know what I was gonna do? I got a few more steaks, and I want to make a mole sauce for you guys. I made a mole sauce a long time ago, and I should have written the recipe down. But it was like chocolate coffee grounds, orange rind. Like, now just start going into all my spice rack, and the shit was off the fucking wall. Yeah. Good food is like, really good food is like really good sex. I mean, good sex is way better, but good food is. Fat people like, oh, they love food, but they don't really love food. They breathe different. Seems like Where did I learn how to cook? Because growing up, food at my house was shit. And one day I said, I'm not gonna eat shit anymore. I worked at some restaurants, never in the kitchen really. They were never in never on the front, never on the line. No, I just worked like washing dishes. I was around chefs, in restaurants, front of the house, back of the house. I got to understand and know food. And then I'd always just experiment in the kitchen. And I don't know, I can smell things. So it's like this, I like working with my hands. So I like building things. I used to build houses. I like to do massage. But then there's also this I smell things. It's like working your hands in the kitchen, smelling things, like biting something. So it looks good, it smells good. Working with it, Fuck. It's like like you forget to. It's not that you forget to breathe. It's just like fuck. Pemaquid, I don't even know what that means. I have no idea what that means. Sai, what's up? It seems like I have skills. Yeah. There's been a few times, like I went to like a little get together. It's like I don't know, it's like a dozen of us, and then it's like, hey, spend the night, whatever. And then there's like 6 of us the next day. So I get up in the morning. We all get up in the morning. We have fucking hangover shit. I was like, I'll cook for everybody. So let's just take me to the store, just buy me whatever I want, and I'll cook for everyone. And they're like, all right, bet. So 2 days later, 6 meals later, they're like, what the fuck? They're like, do you want to open a restaurant? I'm like, okay. Came to no fruition, but this has happened more than once, more than one occasion, where people are like, I'll cook. You just go, you fly, you buy, I'll cook. I said, okay. It's like the last couple meals that I've cooked for myself, I really hate doing it because it's like I can't share it. It's like not sharing food is the worst. Feel so like selfish and greedy just eating that myself. I'm like, oh, I just got to eat that and nobody else did. And it's not that it wasn't just food. It wasn't just like I was eating a fucking donut. It was like I ate like, that's not food. That's prime. It's like it's like a 5-star, 3 Michelin star restaurant. And I didn't even have all the ingredients I needed. I don't know. It's like if I can't give away my first and last bite, what am I doing? Food was so good. Chocolate was so good. Burp God. Let me go put this chocolate right back. And because whenever I eat, I have to eat, so I wanted a cake. So I have a fig Newton. Well, it's not a Newton, it's like a fake fig Newton, but figs are one of my favorite foods. Figs, fresh figs. I mean, I think I like dried figs better than fresh figs. But figs, oh, greatest. Fig Newton, get done. Yeah, everybody grows up eating fig Newtons, but nobody ever eats a fig. And you eat a fig, you're like, what the hell? It's a giant raisin, but it's sweeter. I don't really desire and need all the cake. It's nice. A little more fig in there. Maybe not. Medjool dates not my favorite. No, I don't like dates. I like figs. Medjool dates can no. That's one of the only Indian type foods I don't like. I don't like dates. Dates in things, date syrup, date on something, sure. But in and of itself, figs are light years ahead in every regard. Oh man, I was just thinking about like how would I finish that meal off, and it's exactly that way. The only thing that I would have done is on that little fig thing, I would have taken and made like a lemon or a lime meringue and put that on top because I need something a little tangy, which I think will be the white wine. It's like a little cleansative, the liminess, because everything was so rich and sweet. Silkiness of the chocolate and the gravy, which was creamy and beefy and all that, and then into chocolate, and then into a fig, and now just a little sharp note. I don't know if there'd be a food coma. When I have good food, it doesn't put me into a coma, even if it's heavy. We'll see. Shitty food, no matter how what it is, it'll put me into a coma. You talking to me about the lemon meringues? The lemon or lime meringue? The meringue. Yes, and then for fanciness, I would have had black sesame seeds. Yeah, that worked. Wow, that was fucking. Consumption, man. Consumption junction wants my function. Is that what it is? Just checking how much time I have left in this copyright-free mix of music. Got to meditate for a second. You guys talk amongst yourselves. Let me get this meditation on. Okay, there we go. That's all I needed. Some time to get my oxygen back in me after that food was just like, this tune is fresh as all anything, man. What is this? Oh, I just have to remember the time slot, 1:20. It's really good. That's very funny. Yeah. How to make love to food. you make love to food, or does food make love to you? In Morgan Freeman's voice. Or I mean, excuse me, I mean Jimi Hendrix's voice. Or Jimmy Freeman. Wait, Morgan Hendrix. Wait, what is his name? Oh man. It really is very similar. The like good food and good sex. Very similar. Like afterwards, you have this like you know, it's called like an afterglow. You know, whenever you're like sitting there in bed with somebody, you're like, wow, that was fucking incredible. You're like, you're comfortable with it. So you're comfortable with the person, and you're just like, It's like the song. And I can still, like, it's like this too. It's like I can still smell the food in the kitchen. It's kind of like after sex, you can still smell the sex. Yeah. Stop all that. How did they just interrupt that song with that shitty ass commercial? Hey, Barefoot, did you ask me how old I am? What's up, Jordan? Barefoot, did you ask me? You don't know how old I am? Are you asking me that? Because I don't think, Dave, yes, now you see. Look, now you see, Dave. What's up, Jordan? You don't know about after sex? Oh shit. Well, you guess you haven't had that then. I do. I can't apologize because you never gave me an opportunity to make love to you that way. But but yeah, Dave, that's the thing. Is you have to be confusing to people sometimes for them to understand what you're saying. What am I gonna fast all day every day? Like, no. You want to be healthy. Do you want to be healthy enough to be able to eat anything you want? I think that's the motivation. Be so healthy that if you eat something that you wouldn't normally eat, you're okay with it. But if you just eat all of that shit all of the time, you're gonna go into the pits of hell. Like, I don't mean an actual hell. I just mean it's not gonna be it's not good. Like for me, I'm gonna take from that meal what I can, and I'm gonna push the rest through me. I'm gonna take all of like, there's special little, you know how like when grandma cooks? Let me go refill this cup and I'll explain to you. You know how when grandma cooks for you, there's that extra something in it. It's like they call it love or something. Like when you eat something that has that in it, you're taking that energy from it. It's a literal, it's in the ether that you can't see, but it exists. Just like in the food that grandma cooks, you can't see it, but it's there. You can feel it, you can taste it. And that's what you take from the food, the nutrition. That's part of the nutrition. It's part of what you call the light of it. The light is the nutrition, the nux, the lux, the light. So when grandma cooks, if you didn't know what my name was, that's what you get from it. And then you get rid of the rest. And then you know what? Then go fast if you need to fast. And if you're like, oh, that was heavy, that was too much, then go fast. I don't know how fast you want to go. You're gonna like, you want to do like 250 in a sports car? You want to go? You want to go? You want to go in a? You want a jet? You go like 800 miles an hour. Sit there, one of them slow cars, comfy slow cars. How fast you need to go? I've had the fastest and slowest cars on the planet. That's a fact. I wouldn't say the fastest car on the planet, but I've had cars that go 0 to 60 in under 5 seconds. A couple. And I have a couple cars that probably got up to 60 in 10 minutes. I don't know. I had a little 3 on the tree, straight 6, 2,000-pound Chevy from the 40s. 60 miles an hour, take a bit to get there. Take a bit. And I've had 6 Series BMWs, Audi TTs, all-wheel drive. You know, they're both fun for different reasons. You want comfy cars or you want fast cars? You get yourself a Rolls or a Bentley, and you get both. But those are expensive. Those you gotta know somebody special. Jordan, you can smell sex after the sex. Exactly. That's why you're celibate currently. I would say if you were around me, that wouldn't last very long. I would give it about 8 to 10 minutes. Well, I'd give it probably like 8 hours before you know, like if you were to meet me, it would take a little, you have to get to know me or something. But nah, we'll fix that for you. Right, so is reverse osmosis water okay fast on? It's okay. I think it's probably third. I think it's third in line. Reverse osmosis is third in line. I would do distilled, then I would do spring water harvested, then I would do reverse osmosis. If all you could get is spring water from the store, then I would do reverse osmosis second. Distilled, then reverse, then spring from the store. If you could get your own water from a spring, that's a close set. Like, if you got a spring right there, just get the spring water. Don't even worry about getting the distiller. And it's gonna have extra distillate in it. It's gonna have a little bit of particle in there, but there's also some energy to it that you don't get from distilled water, but you could put it into the distilled water. So, I mean, spring water right from the source, good idea. Distilled water, great idea. Just, reverse osmosis, it's okay. Yeah. I use mine just about, like, I have my reverse osmosis. I have my distiller, and then I have my, I think it's 3 gallons, 2 gallons, it's 3 gallons, 3 gallon glass jar. So I'll fill that up, and just so that way I'm always well ahead of the game. Because I get lazy with it sometimes. I'm like, oh, I have no water left. I don't want to be behind on the water game. Because I know whenever that goes to that point is when I'm also dehydrated. It's a weird thing. I can just look at the level of the water in my kitchen and know exactly where my body stands. So I make sure that stays full. That stays full as often as possible. So I'll make sure it's full and then plus 1 gallon. So I get 4 gallons at any time just waiting. Which is because then I cook a lot and I make teas and I drink a lot of tea. And whatever else you use water for, I don't know. Lots of things. So yeah, there you go. Barefoot facts. Yeah, we'll fix you right up. We'll give you a good how's your father, a little an undercarriage cleaning, knock the celibacy right off you. Amplification plate. Do you have one? Hey, Divine, do you have one of the purple ones, or do you actually have a plate that is it something plugged in that shakes? Is it like a little like, zzz, and it's making like cymatics in the water, or is it like one of the purple plates? Damn, that shit was so good. Memories of that meal. Little facial exercises keeps you in. You never had a good cleaning. A little how's your father? Don't you? Wasn't that from Austin Powers? He goes, little how's your father? Let me. Oh no shit! That's awesome. I never heard of that. I got you. I could probably work on that. Cut. I just haven't had a reason to pull my massage table out. There's nothing to do. Like I'm not worthy. I'm not willing to go online and do the online thing anymore. I mean, a couple times I almost caved in. I was like, fuck it, let me just put an account up there and just get laid or whatever. But I was like, it's just not worth it. But like, not with the city not open, like what? There's nothing really to do. So I'm just like, I guess I'm just doing me right now. But yeah, I haven't had a reason to pull the massage table out. Oh, I probably could have put some ads online and like, but the thing is it always turns into something more than that. It's like, I mean, which is cool, but you lose a custody. You know what I mean? You lose something like, okay, that'll be X amount of dollars, and it's like, okay, this is just a massage for, you get extra massage. How come I'm not gonna? I don't want to be a prostitute about it, but. The magnets can help to organize the water a little bit, yeah. Yeah, Hey, Fire Drake, which way are the magnets supposed to go? I don't know off the top of my head. Does the south go like so when the water is going through it, do you are you putting it underneath the nozzle, or are you just putting it at the base of the water? Like at the base of, like, if you have a container, do you put the north down or the south down? Hey, okay, magnets the base with the Oregon generator, the pyramid, the top magnet. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I mean, the way I thought, because the one day when I was showing people about the magnets and the organites, I could probably put one of these in the bottom of the. I never thought of that. I could put this in the bottom, and then take one of my magnets and put it on top, like put it underneath, right? That'd probably work. I could just drop this in there, and then take a magnet, put it underneath there. Yeah, that might make sense. See if it sticks there. See how good my pineal gland works? It's in there. But if I drive to you, and that would be fine. I'd accept that. You're allowed to do that. And okay, worst case scenario, if we don't even get along or whatever, which I think we'd probably get along. But if you don't get along, New Orleans is a great place to find. There's plenty of places and people. People like us are here. There's plenty of places. You know what I mean? So, you know what I'm saying? There's in fact, I was just hanging out with a bunch of hippie gypsies last night. Yeah. Like I was wearing something. I could sense somebody walking up behind me from like 100 yards, and I just turn around and like this girl goes, "Why are you like? Why? What are you? What is this you're wearing?" And I was like, and I was explaining it to her, and she's like, "Do you want to come hang out with me and my friends?" I was like, "Yes." Yeah. Lots of people here. This is different. If you've never been here, I mean, if you've been here, then you know. But if you haven't been here, then you don't know. I don't care where you've lived. It's not like New Orleans. I promise you that. Even now, plenty of places to be. A Zen special. You out of here? Oh, dude, you're gonna go watch that? Hey, was that Ripe Soul? That was good, right? That was a good video. Wouldn't you tell people to watch that? I think that's one of my favorite ones too. I listen to that every once in a while, but it's but I end up falling asleep because I'll listen to things right before I go to sleep, and there's a few people's voice that's calming to me. One is my own. One is Vernon Coleman. Another one is John Levi, Alan Watts, Terrence McKenna and Robert Anton Wilson. Their speech pattern's a little weird to me. So it kind of keeps me awake. Yeah. All right, Ripe Soul. Well, I mean, I've tried to talk to you a couple times. It's hard to get a hold of you. So I don't know. Email me. I mean, why the fuck not? I mean, I'm serious as whatever. Like, okay, it's as serious as what I just said. Like, if we get along, fuck yeah. If we don't get along, we don't get along. That's just, yeah, whatever. And there's plenty of fun things to do here. There's plenty of good people. There's plenty of even despite the economy, plenty of those side hustles and whatever the fuck. I don't know what the fuck else you do with your life. You know what I'm saying? Plenty of things to do. Cool. It's so funny. Most people like it's this weird thing about so this is called like this is like so in movie terms, like, so you get the big LA and then you get the small LA. This is Louisiana, so it's a small LA, that's the big LA. And there's always this thing between New Orleans and California where there's some people that go there and some people that come here. It's a weird, it's like they switch places. It's like everybody's like, Zen, you should come to Cali. I'm like, no, I'm not westbound. That's not where I go. That's not my home. I already know it's like the land of plastic beaches and fake people and weirdos, and like, I know the kind of weirdos that I like. I like the weirdos that are here, special kind, because there's more magic here. That's fake magic. That's all like green screen shit. This is not green screen. This is no green screen magic. This is real time hoodoo voodoo culture. I don't play games with my magic. So it's like, so yeah, like come to New Orleans. It's just it's not like anywhere. It's not in the United States. It's Northern Caribbean. You must remember this. We'll have another glass of wine. Come join me. That's crazy that you said that, because I was talking to Danny yesterday, and I was like, I said something about being a figment. That was so funny that you said that. A figment, yes. And then somebody else in the park called me a wizard too, which was really crazy. The Will drone zombies. Wouldn't it be weird if my name was actually Will? The Will drone. Will Smith. Yeah, how are you from Maine but live also in Cali? Right, so what up? What do you need? Oh, don't chew gum. No, because the chewing action will start to release saliva. Saliva is the first step. The first step in your whole system starting up again is production of saliva. You don't want to do it like chewing and saliva. That's gonna really start to tell your stomach acids to turn back on. If your stomach acids start to turn back on a lot, then all of a sudden your body will start to and all the system goes back into order. Where after the 3 days when your body goes, well, I don't need any more sugar, then everything else shuts down. You start producing the stomach acid, the bile starts to shut down, everything else goes into slumber mode. Chewing gum is bad in general? No, I don't think so. I think chewing gum is a great idea. If you're short-term fasting. If you're doing a long-term fast, it's a bad idea because it'll keep you wanting food. But a short-term fast, it will keep you like that. It's kind of like, think of tribes that they'll chew on cacao leaves, not cocoa, but like cocaine leaves. They're not bad because they're not processed, and it gives them a little upper. But they're always chewing on something. And so it keeps them feeling like they're like, think of a cow that grazes, just always like I'm just chewing on something. There's no way they're as big as they are just eating grass. You know, grass-fed cows. How do they get that big? Because there's something else going on. That's just another side note. It's the sun, it's the energy of the earth, and then you get these big giant cows and these aurochs and these buffalo and these elephants and all of these things. They're not consuming enough food to make them that big. That's for sure. They don't consume enough calories, they don't consume enough fats, they don't consume enough material, because it's not that's making them. They're just they're using that for a purpose. There's an enzyme and chemical that's happening because of the grass that they're chewing on. But as a human, chewing gum is great. You should find some. There's a couple kinds that are really there's some good things in them. You can actually make your own chewing gum. I've done it before. You probably have to look into it a little deeper, but look into making your own chewing gum. Fun little experiment. But there's something else you need to add because it can get kind of gooey. You know how like after you chewing gum, you're chewing gum for a very long time and it starts to get out like stretchy and it can stick to everything. You're like, get this fuck out of my mouth. There's something, but like if you were chewing, say like bubble gum, like Hubba Bubba or Bubblicious or whatever, it doesn't do that. It maintains its elasticity, or it gets something really hard and then you're done with it. But if you're chewing like a stick of gum, it kind of gets, that will happen when you make your own very quickly. So you gotta find out what the extra ingredient is in the Hubba Bubba or the Bubblicious or the Double Bubble or the you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean it's a fun little experiment and it's cool because you're like, oh man, I made my own chewing gum. Or you can just chew on a stick. So get a licorice stick or what's the other one? Oh man. And if you have any, if anybody smokes and they don't want to smoke cigarettes anymore, there's a chemical in licorice that by chewing on a stick will help relinquish the desire. Yeah. So there you go, right? So yeah. So yeah, just find yourself something that doesn't have all the extra aspartame and all that bullshit in it. You can find something that probably has real sugar in it. I just don't remember the brands off the top of my head. Probably nothing you get at a store. Probably something you have to order like Amazon or something. You can find it though. And I would suggest everybody, if you have anything to order from Amazon, I would do it very soon because, listen closely, and I know I had a couple people who were not paying attention on Instagram. They were thinking I was saying something I wasn't. Jeff Bezos, who owned, I think about 3-point-some billion dollars in stock in Amazon, sold $3 billion of it just a couple days ago. What does he know that we don't? Amazon, there's no reason to not own Amazon. He's worth lots of money, so he doesn't need to sell out of that company. If he loses a couple billion, he loses a couple billion. Who the fuck cares? He's worth like, what, 80, 100? Who the fuck cares? But he sold out of most of it, 90% of the stock. What does that tell you? I listen to what the fuck he's doing. So Amazon, something about to happen with Amazon. Why would it happen? Because what are we doing? You can only order shit, nothing's open. So you're dealing with what? Walmart, Amazon, blah, blah, blah. So if he's selling out of Amazon, he must know something. I pay attention. So you should purchase from Amazon very soon. Like whatever it is. Because I'm one to say I'm all for the zombie apocalypse. I'm all for the end of the world scenario. I'm all for it. Whether it turns into like a technological driven society that just changes a little bit after this, or if it just turns back into like, hey, reset, start zero, everybody no technology, let's do this from square one. That's cool too, because I certainly know what I'm doing from there. Design and architect this entire world if I wanted to. But yeah, just pay attention to like what are the big people in business doing with their stocks. Pay attention to that, and it'll tell you something about the climate of where we are, and where are they putting their money and where they're taking away from. They're taking away from Amazon. Somebody was trying to argue with me. Well, they weren't trying to argue with me. They were just like, well, the Amazon stock is like, here's the market cap. I was like, I don't care what the market cap is. I know how stocks work. I don't care what the market cap is. I'm saying one of the major investors into the company said, I'm taking all my money away. Doesn't matter what the market cap is. That has no bearing whatsoever on the potentiality and the futures of that stock. Has nothing to do with it. All sorts of stocks go like they're just like fucking bust. So pay attention to that kind of shit. I'm gonna do a pee-pee dance and I'll be right back. Isn't that weird? That they had a corrupt and illegal mindset because of what the government did with herbs to begin with. So they had to go against the grain and against the, and so they maintain, even though their business is legal now, they maintain that kind of corrupt attitude. That's really weird. I understand. It's understandable. But could imagine if like you had to do everything on a sneak tip, and you're like, and all of a sudden like you can do this legally. And like, what? And like now everyone's their competition. Like everyone's their competition. They're like, this motherfucker be legal too? They're gonna have to maintain their same attitude. You can't take that out of people. You could just be like, the world is free right now. You can do anything you want. Everything is fine and kosher and dandy and everything. They would still maintain that attitude for a little bit. Like it would be a really hard way to, because they could be like, what if they make it illegal again? Well, I mean, I need more money. I need more this. I need more power. I need more energy. Blah blah blah. So that's not gonna, that's not gonna go away. And I would assume most people that are probably legally, if they're playing with the 10 crack commandments, if they're playing with the laws, like Biggie said, don't get high off your own supply. I'm betting most people that sell weed are probably actually doing coke. Because if you can afford, because weed's cool, but it's gonna make you. Anybody that says weed doesn't make you lazy, bullshit. It makes you confused, lazy, retarded. So if you could afford it, you know what you do? Okay, now I can see everything. Everything's bright and clear. So, how else would you run your game? That's not your supply. You go and buy it over here. That's not your supply. And all of a sudden, it's bright as day. Right? Why you want to be all clouded out, smoked out rooms and shit? Yeah, I'm sure they smoke with people, but anybody with money, anybody with money that I've ever known, they always got a fucking satchel of not green. Weed fixes everything for the common folk, not for the rich folk. No, not if you're not in your position of power. The richer you are, the more I guarantee you're doing anything white. You're doing fine china. The fine china with wine and dine and dine. Hitching the hymen behind you. That was not my verse. That was not. That was even. I fucked it up. That was. Define China. Define the hymen and hit behind. I can't even do it because I'm laughing too hard now. No, that's Prof. P-R-O-F. Look it up. It's so good. I can't put it on here, but I'll do it on a Zoomy chat or whatever. You've never been on one of the Zoomy chats, have you? You go on Zoomy chats, we can listen to music. I mean, we're listening to this, but this is not my shit. It's free, but Prof is not free. Listen to Squad Goals. Squad Goals by Prof. Good shit. But yeah, the point is, the more money somebody's got, like the easier access you have to like cleaner pharmaceuticals, whether it's actually a pharmaceutical or it's like just better drugs. That's it, uncut pink fish scale. Like I'm saying, like have you ever done yayo that's pink fish scale, like that full on, like where you just go, holy shit, no hangover, no nothing, just this is what high is like, huh? Cool. I like this. I'll do this. I don't like yay, but that I'm like, oh, this is out of my price range, so I'm good. Just keep that. Thank you. I appreciate it. You have a good day. It's good hanging out with you guys. But that's what money will get you. Get you lots of good. Get you pure molecule, MDMA. It'll get you anything you need. I about to get smoked out, man. And in fact, I mean, weed, where it came from, like I want the original heirloom seed from the original plant. I don't want all this other shit the government's put their hands on. I don't want all of these wannabe scientists that crossbred this and crossbred this. I don't want all that shit. Just give me that plant. Give me the original plant. What is the weed plant? There was one weed plant. I want that one. That's one. Was it around when I was growing up? Perhaps. But then all of a sudden, well, I got this and I got this and I got this. I'm like, well, how many the fuck do you got? Well, crossbred, hybrid, blah 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 blah. And all of a sudden, how many fucking varieties? Fuck all that shit. It's all weird, man. Too many variables. I don't like none of that shit. Just give me the original one. Kratom and weed, yeah. Immortal. A lot of people don't know anything about Kratom. Kratom is good stuff, man. For me, what is the best strain? If I gotta go with the strain, there's two that I like. But I like Headband. I like Headband a lot. I mean, yeah. Headband, if you want a specific. And there's a couple purple ones that I like. I don't know. I tend to go towards the Smush You in a Couch downers, but Headband is one of the only uppers that I like, because weed is an upper or downer. I don't know. It just fucking depends on whether you get a sativa or indica. I mean, my buddy, he used to he was into it. He went to weed school literally, so he could tell you all about it. So he used to have all the fucking varieties. You know about weed for fucking literally went to weed college. But yeah, there's just too many varieties, man. The fact that like back in the day, you just like, can I get some weed? They're like, yeah. What do you want? You want the backyard boogie, or do you want the mids, or you want the high? That's what you got. You got three varieties. One's nickels a 5, and the other one's like maybe a 10 sack, and that one's 15 for this, whatever. Now it's like, oh, what kind do you want? Like, what fucking kind? Let me get that lemon. Let me get that lemon OG. Let me get that. That blueberry is nice. I don't know the Skywalker. Nice, super heavy body. I'm all with you with that shit. I don't want to think anymore. My brain is already too powerful. My brain is already too fantastic. I want my brain just baseline, and then just mush out. I'm good with that. I like downers. That's because I'm already too fantastic. Like when I'm on, like people are just like, it's too much. It's just too much. So I'm just like, can I just settle the fuck down? Like I'm not like spastic. It's not like me on coffee where I'm just like, I'm frantic. It's just like I have a lot of energy. And I just want to like, can I just settle down here? Can I just smush with this couch? That's probably why that's what I really appreciate about alcohol, even though I oftentimes take it way too far. But whatever. I take everything I do too far. I mean, it's just a habit I have. I don't know. Not sure too many people don't have that habit. Just they take other things too far. People take everything too far, really. Like if I didn't take my love for cooking so far, I wouldn't know what I'm doing. That kind of thing. It's like if people didn't become obsessive and compulsive. I don't have OCD. I'm not obsessive compulsive at all. I don't have anxiety and none of that shit. But if people weren't obsessive compulsive, we wouldn't have the most beautiful drawings we've ever seen. People that just are sitting there like they're in that drawing. Like if they weren't that obsessed about that, then we wouldn't see what they could see. And that's beautiful. But other people take that OCD to be something completely, whoa, like, stop all that. That's crazy. See, I told you that food wouldn't put me into a coma. Because good food doesn't do that. Oh yeah, green crack is really good too. Yeah, another weird one. Green crack and headband I put in the same level. Very talkative, very high, but yeah. Blue Dream is good. Yeah. You've just named them all. Yeah. Green crack and blue dream. Yes, there you go. There you go. This is correct. Headband, Green Crack, Blue Dream. Those are three of my absolute favorites. Out of all, like, I've had people send me shit, and I've smoked with so many people, so many different things, and I'm just the only ones. Those are three that I completely recall. Going, that's yes. If you can find that, that's what I want. Yeah. How divine you drawing right now? See, that's what it's for. That's focus, man. Focus versus obsessive is a little different, but it's one and the same. It's in the same, born of the same. Yeah, low psychoactive. I don't need psychoactive. My psychology is already masterful. I don't need any outside source substance trying to fuck with what I'm already thinking because it's already perfect. The only reason that I like alcohol will at least it will balance something out in my brain. Sometimes like when I got too much over here, and alcohol will go like, okay, whoa, and it'll put it there, like right there, and it'll be like, okay, now everything's evened out. So I'm like, whatever kind of anxiousness I might have had towards like going out in public and talking to people, I don't have anymore. You know, and that excitement or whatever, excitement and anxiety, same thing, different. You know, excitement's this way, anxiety is kind of like over here. You know, it's like but alcohol kind of balances that out. You know, where I find that weed, nah, I don't. I mean, I just don't care. I just like depends on the kind, but weed, I'm just like, I'm just gonna go ahead and sit on the couch, and I'll just have delivery. Just come to me. I don't feel like going. Is there humans out there? I am not fucking with humans. No way. At least, like when I'm very sober, I'll fuck with anyone. And when I have like 3 drinks, I'll fuck with anyone. Perfectly the same. It's very much the same. It's really interesting. If you see me on 3 drinks or 4 drinks, it's the same as I am when I'm extremely sober. But also, it's just like it's difficult. How do you maintaining in either direction is too difficult. Because if I'm really sober, I'm gonna want to go eat or go do something. And if I'm drunk, like you can only it's so hard to maintain a perfect high or perfect drunk or a perfect whatever drug you do. Like I don't know, like people do psychedelics. You know, is it 1 tab of acid or is it 1.5 or is it 2 today? You know how much, or and when is that trip set in and like how much mushrooms is it? Are these the good ones? Which ones are the Everybody's got or the pills they take from the doctor. The only thing about getting a prescription from a doctor for something is that it's regulated so perfectly that that 1.5 pills will get you to there. Don't overdo that. Don't underdo it. Just stay there. Yeah, that's the difference. So there's a regulated construct to that, which I think most people don't have. People like unregulated. It's like Alan Watts said, if you think you need therapy, well, then you need therapy. If you think you need a doctor, well, yeah, you fucking need a doctor. All right, so the bufa. See, I never have. I mean, I've heard about that and like peyote and stuff like this. And I've always heard that the craziest shit to do was salvia, but salvia only lasts 5-10 minutes at best. I mean, you have a little after effect up to 15 minutes, but like I can't fuck with acid because 8 hours is too much. I don't know how long the toad lasts for, but interesting. Shit was bananas. B-A-N-A-N-A. Shit was bananas. Anybody know that one? Oh no, I understand. Like, yeah, I could be turned on very high level, but that's what I drink for. I have to turn that shit off. I have to, my shit is, and I gotta pull this down. I need depressants, man. Like, not antidepressants. I'm not a depressed or anxious person. I just need to pull the energy out of my head sometimes. Humans are weird. You became formless. Immortal. You got the crazy dream. Like I got to learn what time was. I understood time. I used to do it by myself frequently. I used to sit by myself, turn Jamiroquai on, and stare at a wall and watch reality collapse upon itself, and understood time. Pretty crazy. Usually they're like, no, you need a sitter. And I used to sit for people. I used to make sure, like, people are like, oh, this shit is stupid, I don't like it, doesn't work. I'm like, nope, you're wrong. They're like, yeah, show me that. I was like, what kind of lighter do you use? Oh, you want the orange flame? No, you need a blue flame lighter. You need a higher intensity lighter. They're like, what? I was like, so you just try to light it with a lighter. You try to put it in like a blunt or something. I was like, don't do that. I was like, take the blue flame lighter. It's much hotter. Hit this 3 times and then tell me what's going on. Don't worry, I'll grab the pipe out of your hand or whatever you're smoking out of. And you can go ahead and just bury yourself in the couch. I'll make sure you don't run out and just into the street and get hit by a fucking vehicle. But yeah, Salvia's fun. Like I mean, I would never do it again. I mean, I guess if somebody was like, can you show me this or whatever, like I probably would, but I've already understood it, you know. I did it enough. Whoa, that's crazy, right? So hey, hey, Carlos Thanos. So this is when you write. This is Salvia. You through a mega church, pillars and a roof where you different portals. That's all. That's probably all true. It's probably all true. And then you came back to where you were, staring at a white wall. Well, one time I was doing it, it was crazy. I was also doing whippets. You know, like, you know what a whippet is, right? It's, nitrous oxide. So there's a bunch of us sitting around, and so I was like, all right, fill me up a balloon, and I'm gonna do the salvia, and I'm gonna hit the balloon. When I did this, I was aware, but not really. I thought I jumped up over the couch, ran around, and then sat back down. And they said, no, you just stared at the air conditioner like it was your god. And I was looking at the front of the house where there was an air conditioner in the window, and they said I was just staring at it like it was my god. And all I know is, in my mind, I jumped out of my seat, ran around, was like, ah, like being like fucking funny, and then sat back down in the same spot. And then I came to, and I was like, what the fuck did I just do? And it was the same day a bunch of other weird shit happened with the sun and the moon and shit, which is really fun stories. Yeah, Salvia nobody wants to fuck with. Yeah, Salvia is called the Diviner Sage. This was on earlier, and I couldn't place the tune, but I know the song. It's a tune that everybody's familiar with. Diviner Sage, yeah. A gas mask? Oh, dude, how was that? I've never done that. I've done some dumb shit, but like smoking weed, even smoking weed has got me fucking on the floor in a bathroom puking. Gas mask in it? Barefoot, that's a hilarious question. Yeah. Wicked brain high. Okay. Brain high. Yeah. You know what? For me, the idea of whatever God is, it seems to be the thing that fills in the gaps of the spaces. Whereas the spatial reference of the emptiness, the ether, would seem to be like the field of the goddess. The goddess would be the field, right? So if you go into the field, in the muds, in the earth, in the soil, the soul, the whole thing, that's the female. That's the goddess. So the ethers would be the goddess, the thing that fills up the spaces, the void, that vacuums the void and just pulls energy into space so that it becomes a solid. That seems to me be like what God would be. That's at least what I've got out of the substances that I've consumed. I'm gonna change my wine over to beer so that way I can at least. So I'm not gonna waste my wine. I'm trying to keep this for the zombie apocalypse. Because y'all, I told you, it could have been Monday or it could be tomorrow. We'll see. We'll see if the Golden Gates fall tomorrow. Maybe the Golden Gates were talking about McDonald's. Oh man, I'm gonna have to get into that a little bit. There's got to be some coding there. The Golden Gate Bridge and the Golden Arches. Huh. This is gonna be fun. My words tickle your fancy. What did I say? Did I say something cool? I don't know. Could you imagine if I thought about them and wrote them down and then considered them like, instead of talking so fast? I don't really talk fast. Sometimes I do. Some people are like, dude, slow the fuck down. If I was thinking and I was like, let me write this down, what that would sound like. I have a few of those books, but I've lost a lot of them. I've lost a lot of my poetry, a lot of my writings and things. Yeah, my musings. Oh, the goddess and ether in space, yes. Yeah. Will the water still run? Yes. Water will still work. Well, thank you, Barefoot. Yeah, water will still work. Because we're talking about collapse. Electricity and magnetism and collapsing densities. And water is going to be water no matter what. Think of it. Let me try to explain this to you. This is Walter Russell's work. Water will be water in any space. If you just go to a different energy system, there'll still be what you consider water there. It's not the same water that's here, but it looks the same. So the densities, it's gonna maintain. Water's not gonna fly off into the sky because there's no electrical or magnetic polarity to what water is. If there's the electromagnetic potential of something is what will get pulled or pushed. So pull and push is what electricity and magnetism does. And water is only the within a piece of copper. Not within. Outside of a piece of copper, there is the sheathing to the sword. There's the rubber or the plastic around the Romex. If you go, the in your wall you have a copper wire, and then around that there's that rubber that holds it. It's insulation. Water is akin to that. Water is the insulation for something. You can't really necessarily magnetize or electrify water. The only way you can magnetize or electrify water is if there's elements in it. See? So whenever they tell you that there's this special water called Kangen water that has been specially electrocuted, how the fuck you can electrocute water? You can't electrocute water because it's on unless you put something in like electrodes. Unless you put electrodes in it, and then the water, the conduit, you're going to be just burning the conduit. The conduit itself, the insulation is what the water is, understand? So when you have copper running through that insulation, it's the copper that is conducting the electricity. It can't go through rubber, it can't go through water.
it can heat the water up slightly. It can heat the insulation up slightly, but it can't move it. So during this entire thing, no, the water will still be functioning fine. And in fact, it might even be better because you think about this. This is a thought that just went through my mind. If there is a plasma apocalypse and there's certain electricities that's happening in the ether, so the ether is what contains all the atomic bonds and particles, and there's a static electricity, and there's boom, and there's this lightning bolt. Well, the water is inside of copper, and copper is a conduit for electricity. So you actually might be able to like get extra energy out of your water during this thing, because no matter what, no one has 100% distilled water. If you get a distiller, it's pretty close. If you distill it like 2 or 3 times, you're probably just right about there. There's nothing in there. If you get vodka, it's fucking distilled. Vodka means water. Vodka and water, similar. The only difference is there's a pH difference, and there's that energy of the fire. The fire that's not in water. Water cools, but the heat of the vodka is the difference. It's hot water. Vodka is hot water. Water is cold water. Let's just say it that way. So during this time, what you're going to find, if energy hits the copper wire, the copper thing that is bringing the, so if there's, think about this again, let's go further with this. If there's copper wire that brings electricity into your house, there's a copper tube that brings water into your house. What's up with all the copper? Interesting. Energy, because it's an energy, it's an energy, it carries energy somewhere. So it's carrying water, and it's also carrying electricity. So it's actually squeezed. So it's if you hit the copper that's holding the water, and inside of the water there's any particles, it will cause those particles to do something, which could cause the water to have a different energy about it. But the water will still be there, just the same way. Does this make sense? Yeah. Am I buying any supplies? I already stocked my kitchen up. I mean, I try not to think too far ahead, because life is life. You should live it. Every moment goes by. But there is a little bit of like, okay, if you have a little bit of I know ahead of time, like, hey, there's a good chance some wild shit's about to pop off. I stocked up my cupboards. I got everything I need. And my building is big enough if I have to go like kick in some doors and like kill some zombies. If everything goes to anarchy and apocalyptic, then so be it. But all in all, like, I'm good. Like, put into there. I can fast for 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, no problem, and I'm good. And then I could just eat a little bit of food. I could handle that. And where I live, it's like no one would fuck with where I live, because you wouldn't. A zombie wouldn't make it to where I live. Let's just put it that way. Yeah, but the supplies things, like, there's a few things that I want that I don't have. Like, I want some more honey. I want some royal jelly, some honey, so like that kind of stuff. Some like sugars. Because maybe I could just feed a zombie, like, oh, here, just eat this, get the fuck out of here. Well, this will make you happy. Here's some sugar water. Take this. Yeah, I got my supplies. I mean, my refrigerator, I don't really consider it part of the zombie apocalypse. So whatever's in my refrigerator and my freezer, I'm eating now. That's why I don't care about like just cooking up that steak and whatever. I was, like the noodles, I got a bunch of fucking noodles. I got a canned foods, and it's not gonna save your ass from anything, but it's gonna, something to eat. I got books. I got books for days, so I got shit to read. Comfortable house. I know where everything is. I got some candles, that kind of shit. Got weapons. Got these motherfuckers right here. Got these motherfuckers right here. This is good weapons I need. Special ops train in fucking. And I have the most important weapon right here, my mind. Oh, and my eyeballs too. But I don't look into the camera. Oh yeah, but out of the tap. That's what I'm saying. Out of the taps is where you're gonna get that water. That's what I'm saying. It will work out of the taps. I don't see why it wouldn't. Because the taps only rely on pressure. It doesn't. There's no electrical pump. At least there shouldn't be. Maybe some places have an electrical pump that are pumping water somewhere. So unless you live in a very high mountainous region, if you live like where I live, so I live at sea level, and so the things of water, like there's water everywhere. Like we ain't got to worry about water in New Orleans. Like we get flooded, so I don't got to worry about water in this city. But other cities, like if you're at high elevation, you might have to worry about water in the sense that if everybody starts using the water that's in the tank, you know those big tanks that are filling putting the water pressure, those have to get refilled. They'll get refilled with water eventually, with rain, but depending on what the rain looks like afterwards, I don't know. Yeah, Kangan people. Yeah, look at, dude, if you go right to the beginning of my Instagram my Instagram, whenever I got Instagram, the first couple posts were literally me saying, these people are fucking lying, they're retarded, they have no idea what water is. But it's alkaline. It's alkaline. Is it really? What does that even mean? You know there's a difference between alkaline, and alkalinity, and what your blood is, what your urine is, and what your saliva is. There's a difference between your blood, your urine, and your saliva. There's a difference between alkaline, alkalinity, and alkalizing. So I've just given you 6 words, and all they can say is alkaline. Alkaline? I need alkaline. I'm like, what? Oh, alkaline, whatever. What if I just spit hot acid in your face? Like, watch. Like fucking hot acid. I spit hot fire, Dylan. Right, so I'll give you the answer to that question in a second. Yeah, you might have to boil. Okay, out of taps. Look at. If it's coming out of the taps with extra shit in it, you have to boil. Remember this. You have to boil off if it's dirty. You have to boil off whatever might be, like a bacteria. But if you're boiling it, all you're doing is making the heavy metals and the solids more dense in the water. So maybe you might have to boil it, but I don't know. That's a tough answer. Violent or extra retarded? The way the zombies look in the movies. I don't see it any other way. Extra retarded for sure. They're already extra retarded, but that extra retardation usually ends up in like the more confused and retarded you are, the more violent you are. Like, I mean, I'm not a violent person because I'm not fucking retarded. Pretty simple, right? Anybody you know is more intelligent, they don't seem to be that aggressive. You know, I mean, okay, let me take it back. I'm aggressive as a motherfucker. But I'm not like, you know, I'm abusive towards idiots. I'm aggressive, and my articulation of, you know, like all of this is like, it doesn't mean I'm out there like trying to be violent towards things, right? But retardation goes hand in hand, tends to with violence. But I don't think they'll be violent in a way that you won't be able to handle, if that's the thing. Whether it's just a civil war or it actually goes on full-on zombie apocalypse mode. Bezos, trucking strike end of November. It's a possibility. That's what I'm saying to people. You gotta get. This is maybe he knew that, and I mean, there's everyone I know that is of any high level intelligence. They've always said there's going to be a food shortage on purpose. There's going to be this and that, and you better get your shit together. Get a little stock of food. Get a little stock of this. You better get your shit like, so that way you have it. And then if they shut off all these systems and it's whether they're doing it again, this could be a cyclical thing that occurs through the cosmos, through our realm, through whatever. And they could just claim they're doing it, but it doesn't matter how it's going to happen. If it does happen, then, you know, like, I'm not one to put out here like fear tactics and be scared of this shit, because I don't, you know, for me, like, I don't give a fuck, whatever, like, so be it. Nothing I can do about it. I'm not in control of this planet. I'm not in control of this world. I'm not in control of the fucking switches, and, you know, and if there is a cyclical thing, then it is a cyclical thing. What else are you gonna do with it? You know? So, the trucking strike, maybe that's what he knew. I've heard similar things. And how long will it last? The entirety of the thing? Undefinable. It depends on what you see happening. If it happens the way that a few people suggest, that it's like a full-on 3-day event of total darkness, people get fucking, you know, electromagnetic switch up, oxygen levels go down, helium levels go up, or not helium, nitrous levels go up, people float off into the sky, you know, that may be 3 days, but like totality, I don't know. I mean, we're already in some fucking, like, the whole thing is mad fucking weird, right? Like, I don't know anybody anywhere, even if you're not in the U.S., you know shit's kind of fucking weird. And it's not just the, hey, people are wearing masks because of the fucking fake bullshit, right? It's not just that. People are just in general are just like tired of like their jobs and the shit that's going on, and like they're tired of the media lying, and they're tired of the governments, the bullshitting, and they're tired of all the shit. And most people don't have an outlet to where to take it out. So you think, you know how sometimes you're in relationships and you'll get in an argument with someone and they don't deserve it. That's gonna happen, you know, like yeah. Why would people float away? Because people have so many heavy metals and salts in them, and those heavy metals are going to become magnetized by the other realms' energy systems. So if there's electromagnetics on this realm, and we increase the magnetism and lower the electricity, then magnetism will start to pull at heavy metals, things that are in people's body. What have people been eating? Things that might be controlled by magnets, right? So that's perhaps part of it. Density buoyancy, man. I mean, why did, if you're in the water, why the deeper do you go into the water, the denser it is? Why do certain fish live deep but the other ones live shallow? So just imagine if somehow you were able to change the buoyancy of the water, which you can by adding a certain element to it, and you can decrease the surface tension of water, which means if there's a surface tension of water, which means a fly could land on it. You ever see flies just land on the water and their feet go there and you can see the thing around there and they're just sitting there. They're standing on the water because there's a surface tension to the water. It means between the density of the air and then the density of the water, it's a stark difference. But if I were to decrease the density, decrease the surface tension of the top of that water, that fly that lands there might just fall into the water. So now the difference between the water and the air is minimal. It's no longer, it's this much pressure here and it's this much pressure here. It goes, it's this much here and it's this much here. It becomes closer. There's not so much of a variance between what you consider the densities. So if one density as a liquid has a density of, let's just use, even though gravity isn't necessarily the thing, let's just 0.89 degrees of magnitude gravity is water, 0.89, and oxygen is 1.17. Now, what if somehow we could eliminate that, like 1.17, 0.89? What if it went up to like 0.94 and down to 1.06? That what is in between that is much less. So the difference the differentiation between the realms or the densities, or what you'd see as the just those it's so close. It's almost as it's dissipating and disappearing, almost like our ozone layer. So that's why we can go to a different realm and somebody can come back here. Like it's free movement for like fish might start flying and flies might start going into the water because all the density has changed. Does that make sense? It's a fucking factor you said. I think is right, Divine Hazel. I already got to put right there for a reason. You don't think so? You don't think it says reset right there? If I really push that button, we can reset. I can reset this. Nah, it's not just the smart meters, dude. Somebody else was just telling me about this today. Immortal Soul. I was just talking to my dude today about this. And I mean, I'm not going to tell you anything about some other weird shit in my personal life, but a friend of mine, let's put it this way, there's some weird shit going on with people's seeing other things, you know, like seeing other realms. Yeah. Where do you think they'll go? Right, so, I mean, everybody goes somewhere, right? Up, down, left, right. I don't know. It's a hard. I don't think there's like a hell to pay or a heaven to behold, or I think there's just other realms. That's all. I don't know. Certainly, there's denser and refined realms, and I think there's places that are like crystal cities and wisdom, and there's people like hell and everything's fucking sucky. But I think people just move to where is closer to their beings, like whatever they are, or wherever they come from. You know. Oh, Divine, I don't think I can hear the electricity of the walls. I hear what you're talking about. Yeah. Yeah, it's not just the smart meters. Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, I'm certainly the smart meters do something, but like I'm nowhere near a smart meter, and I can hear sounds. I hear very, very distinct sounds, especially when it's nighttime, and there's even less electricity. I can hear even more different frequencies. Yeah. Yeah, barefoot. This is about right. Yeah, I'm gonna go piss and go grab a beer. Okay. We back. Barefoot. 50% of people on this planet have got reptilian DNA. So what? What if my DNA is reptilian? What if I'm part of the bloodline of reptiles and draconian Dracula, whatever's? So what? Oh, dude, right. So that's a really interesting question. I don't think that's a really tough question to say. This is why the word is crypto, which means either to crypt, like if you crypt something, it means to basically code something, but it also means death. So I was always kind of like, I don't know about, maybe I put off getting in crypto wallet because I just thought it would be useless. They're trying to put everything digital. Why? So nobody has anything afterwards? Because the other day, I've been walking around for a couple months now, and I'll go to stores and be like, oh, we don't accept cash. I was like, you don't accept cash? That's crazy. Okay, I didn't bring a card, but somebody, I'll take your cash. I was like, fine. Cool, thanks. Appreciate that. I was like, and we don't accept cash. And then the electricity went off for 6 days. And I walked to a store, and I was like, they're like, we don't accept cards. I was like, just last week, you told me you don't accept cash, and now you don't accept plastic. Huh. So you didn't accept paper, and now you don't accept plastic. Paper, plastic, paper, plastic, paper, plastic. See, when you grew up, when you went to the grocery store, they were training you for something. Paper or plastic, paper or plastic, paper or plastic. But you have paper in your wallet, plastic, paper or plastic, right? And then they said one, then they said the other. But what happens if they shut the system down? Well, if the system shuts down, the system is shut down. There ain't shit you can do about it. But if they turn it back on, do they reset all the crypto? No, I think they got backups for all that. Do they turn everyone else's crypto on? I don't know. I can't. I don't have that access. I could try to find out. I could put that query out there in the universe and see what I can find. But like if everything goes to shit, I mean, like then it's the zombie apocalypse, and you get what you get, where you get it, and how you get it. It's like we in anarchy, full mode. Like eat how you eat, relax how you relax. Do they turn the electricity back on? My thought is the electricity turns back on, but I don't think anybody even cares. Like, is anybody gonna go restock the shelves if no one's delivering goods? Who's gonna have food? Who's gonna have anything? Where are you gonna get shit from? I mean, they might turn the electricity back on, because who the fuck cares? Who's going to? But then who's gonna go to the electrical? Who goes to the place that runs the electricity, right? If shit blows again, then shit's blown. Who's gonna fix it? They have no purpose in fixing it. They're not getting paid. There's a lot of variables that go into this, you know. It depends on how deep is the reset. If it's a superficial reset, I mean, it's cool. We just start a new slab of you know. If everybody still has what they had, and you know the system upgrades, and everything's like, hey, well, everyone's business is back online, and businesses you can back and go do your thing, and hey, I know you almost went out of business, but here's a loan. Don't even worry about it. We're getting this economy started again, and all this shit. You know, that might happen. You know, that would be a beautiful thing, right? It sounds socialistic. It sounds, you know, but in one sense, like, wouldn't it be great if everybody that owned a business could get their fucking business up and running again, rather than go, I gotta fucking foreclose on this place, and who's gonna own the property afterwards? Like, who the fuck cares? Like, these people damn near houses, they can't afford food. And then who's delivering food? Because ain't nobody want to work, ain't nobody get paid, right? So depends on how deep the reset is. So either it turns into, for me, it goes either into what looks like a you know, the next age, maybe even golden age, or it goes to like back to the beginning. Let's see, plant crops. Let's But in that, if that happens, a lot of people are gonna fucking perish very quickly. And I think it will happen during those days, like those 3 days. I think people would, like, old people would die, weak people would die, stupid people would die, and it would be pretty much like left over. We're just like walking amongst what looks like a bunch of just fucking dead bodies everywhere. Bodies on the floor. You know what I mean? That's hard. That's hard to say about the digital currency and the wallets and shit, man. I don't know. Far more reptilian than human. I hear what you mean. I mean, that's why I said I'm not from. I don't work with like the reptilian thing. I mean, I might be reptile kind of, but that's why I came to New Orleans, because I'm more like, you know how there's hybrids. Go watch the movie. Go watch the show The Originals. You'll see. You'll know exactly who I am in it. There's hybrids. But see, the funny thing is about the hybrids, which are, they're vampires, but they're also, well, there's only a couple. There's the vampires, and there's the people that can do magic, and there's the people that are werewolves, right? So there's not supposed to be a hybridization, but there's a werewolf hybridized with a vampire. This is the strongest one by far. But for whatever reason, I haven't figured out yet. I've watched the show and I've read the book. I've read other books. You know what I mean? I'm just not understanding what it is. Why can't vampires do magic? But the funny thing is, I can do magic. So that was drawing me to like New Orleans. But I'm also pretty sure I'm a vampire. But not like a vampire, like in an evil way. Like I'm not trying to find blood. I don't even like. I'm happy being a vegetarian. Like shit, I'm happy to be vegetarian. I don't need blood. It doesn't like yes, I must have blood. Or whatever people do. But I don't know. But then also, I'm pretty sure I'm reptilian. I can do this really cool thing with my tongue and have a really long tailbone. It's crazy, like super hybrid. So I don't know how that works, but what's up, Sin? Lincoln. My predictions in terms of future currency, I think they can go one of three ways. Okay, so we have the digital realm. Everything can go digital. But if we go digital and technological, that kind of thing, then the reset is in the form of everything will be computer-based, online. It's all that way. And if we go that way, there's also this split. One is that computers and technology take care of all of us, which it should. Or we all become slaves to a system that wants to, the new world order, blah, 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 all that kind of bullshit, right? If it goes that way, you're all under the thumb of the authoritative government, blah, blah, blah. That I can't really see happening. That's the way a lot of people are saying, because they're like pessimists and they think all the water is dirty. And half the glass is full, half the glass is empty. I'm like, I have a full glass of water. It's a little dirty, but I got a distiller. I'm gonna clean it. So I still got a full glass of water. You two can argue about how much water you got. I'm gonna just drink my clean water that I just cleaned. That's my attitude. But or we do the reset to the point where currency is barter, tribal, that's okay, I guess, but that still takes a minute to start, because what does anybody have to trade to begin with? Like, what does anybody want? You have to start with what anybody need. What do you need? You start with what you need. Ain't nobody got what you need, because you need food. You will have shelter. Shelter is fine. Everybody's taken care of with shelter and clothes. You're good. Water will be running. Water's fine. So you got food, shelter. You got clothes, shelter, water. What do you need? Food. Where's the food at? Farms will get overrun in a second. farms are done. Now it's taken over. Right? Is anybody going to control that? Now they got like, what do you have to have some of my trees? Yeah, does that happen? I don't know. That just depends on what we think happens, on if and anything happens. Because like with this, the whole phony virus plus the election thing, I'm speaking out the U.S. mouth, but I think the world sees a lot of the same kind of shit. Like there's something needs to give in this whole thing. The governments, the people that have been on the land, this land seems to be someone's, or someone's. You know what I mean? Like the people that were here. This is their land, so they're supposed to take care of it. But something overrun it. You know, there was something that infected the land. So the people here seem to be the natives. The natives would be I think you'd call them the Redskins, the Indians. So either the dots and the feathers were both first, but the dots were in India, the India black. So they're black and red and yellow people kind of mushed together. Those are those Indians. And you have the Redskins over here, which are the other Indians, the feather Indians. So they were controlling the Americas, and the other ones were controlling that land was theirs. And then you had the Nordic, the Viking whiter people that came in from the colder climates, and then you had the more black blue people from the hotter climates, and then you had something like, so none of that was a problem. That was all good. And then you have the very Asiatic, Asians, squinty-eyed fish people. All of that was good. You know, Dogon fish, the Dogon tribe, and you get the fish gods and all this. Everything that was good. But then something else occurred that took over the land, that fucked everything up. That needs to leave, whatever the fuck that is. Pernicious. And that seems to be like the kind of governments we have, and the people inside of the governments, they seem to be really weird shit. And people, for whatever reason, listen to them and believe them, and they still do to this day. That needs to go somehow. And so if the idea is if the electricity goes out and the power goes off, that's a good thing in the sense that then nobody gets to watch the news anymore. Now who are you going to rely on to tell you the truth? Who? Who do you believe in? What do you believe? If you don't have that black box telling you what to believe, what do you believe? Who do you believe? How do you know to believe them? You'd have to start to use your senses. And most people wouldn't know what to do. Hey, cash on hand works, but then once they're collapsing, the dollars, they're collapsing the economies. They stole your money, they stole your change, they stole your metals. Now what? So what's a dollar gonna be? What's gonna be worth enough to fucking roll a joint up in? Is it gonna be enough to start a fire with? I don't know. Yeah, but invest in gold is a really cool concept. It's a cool concept, but what do you do with gold? What are you doing with gold? I mean, I like it. I like the idea. Okay, noble metals, gold, silver, copper. But what are you doing with it? It was like, invest in gold and silver. And like, for what? What does anybody do with that? If we go to the next level, then I understand exactly the purpose of gold. I understand exactly the purpose of silver, and I understand exactly the purpose of copper and pyramids and energy and conductivity and making capacitors and all this. That makes sense. But in the sense of like, what is gold? What do you have some gold? What are you gonna do with it? Does anybody know what they're doing with gold? Oh, it's a shiny object. You can't eat it. You don't know how to use that for electricity. What are you gonna do with it? See, nobody knows. What are you gonna do with silver? You don't have no fucking clue. That's the point. That's the point I'm trying to make. Is that nobody knows what to do with that shit. The only thing of value there is the cheapest thing. Copper. You could figure out what to do with copper. You can make electricity out of copper. Lincoln, when have I done a fast the last time? I mean, for how long? I do fast all the time. If you don't see me on here for like 4 days, we're probably doing a fast. Like a lot of times I'll do a fast. I'll drink for 2 days. I don't eat. Usually when I'm drinking heavy, I don't eat. And then I'll have a hangover for a day. Don't eat then. And then 2 days after that, I won't eat. So 5 days. I do a lot of 5-day fasts. So I'll drink like Friday, Saturday, or sometimes even to Monday, Tuesday, and then I'll just like fucking just don't eat, just chill. I mean, I get it when you buy gold, you're giving your worthless paper back to the Rothschilds, but that gold still isn't doing shit. You got a Briggs and Stratton? Ah, yes. Yeah, like what's more important? An orange or a piece of gold? Obviously, an orange is. A piece of wood, a wood burning stove, yeah, more important than gold. What's gold gonna do? You could have a house built of gold. What's Donald Trump gonna do with his gold ass palace? What's that gold gonna do? If this shit hits the fan, if everything goes to fucking hell, that gold and silver have absolutely next to no value whatsoever. So everything is on an equal playing field. You're not gonna be like, hey, the token is, I've got a gold token. Yeah, so the fuck what? What am I gonna do with a gold token? Right now, if I had a ruby, I'm gonna give you an example. If I have a ruby, a quartz, a diamond, a piece of silver, some gold, some copper, couple stones, I walk down the street and I say, which one of these do you want? What value does it have to anyone? What are they gonna do with it? Where are you gonna take this? You ever does anybody know about this? You ever bought a diamond ring? Overpaid for. Got platinum, whatever, gold on there. About to get married or something, $10,000. Take it to a pawn shop. What are they gonna give it for? $300. That's a $10,000 ring. $300. How the fuck? What? Take it back. They ain't taking it back. You can't take it back to where you bought it from. They don't want it back. Why don't they want it back? Because they know it's worthless. What can you do with any of those things? If I walked down the street and I said, in my hand I have any of these stones and rocks and things, and then I have a bag full of oranges, and I said, this homeless guy, this homeless woman, I said, which one do you want? What the fuck you think they're gonna take? They don't want these fucking things they can't eat, they can't do shit with. What are they? They're gonna figure out how to make an electrical board out of this shit because they know how to do they have a soldering iron? Do they even know how to use it? Can they make electricity? Do they even know how electricity works? Do they know, is it silver right there, or is that going to be gold, or do I need platinum, or do I think I need there? Is that going to be copper, or I mean, what is the capacitor that I need? What about the all of that is all of that is irrelevant. If the whole shit resets, you have all of that shit. Your what are you gonna do with your TV? You can't watch it. What channel are you gonna watch? They're not broadcasting any fucking movies. You're gonna get on Netflix? You think Netflix, the people that own Netflix, will be like, oh, let's make sure this shit's still streaming. I mean, if there's a stair-step evolution, hopefully we take one step up the flight of stairs. Because if shit keeps going whatever way the fuck it's going, I don't know, like this is just boring to watch. It's just it's like, it's somewhat stressful and somewhat like, it makes me like, really? Is this what humanity's about? Is this what I lived all of these years for? This is the best we can do? This is the best we can do as a fucking civilization? You're telling me right now, this is it. It's whether or not the political system is broken that everybody knew. There's like these two guys running. One might actually not even be living. It might be a computer fucking simulation. And the other one no one likes. And then this whole fucking election thing is rigged as fuck. And then, but at least Trump's trying to point it out. Is it because he wants the election? Or is it because he's trying to show the people something? Now, hopefully it's the second reason. But who cares? Who cares either way? So this is the best we can do. I'm thoroughly not impressed with what the fuck is going on this planet. If I am a god here, I'm like, y'all fucked up. And I don't know who did it. I don't know how it's been done. But I don't know what y'all doing. But I'm out of here. You're good. Fucking, you know what I'll do? I will harass someone with a gun till they blow my fucking brains out. Because I don't want to be here no more. Because what the fuck? What I'm gonna exist in this canary fucking I ain't the canary in the coal mine. I'm gonna tell y'all about how fucking fucked up your goddamn planet is. Y'all gonna fix it or not? You gonna fix this shit or no? No, just leave it like this. Just leave this shit a mess for everyone. Just fuck it all up for everybody else. Don't fix the potholes in the street. That'd be too easy to do. I'm in New Orleans, and there's the Hard Rock. Look, you can look it up right the fuck now. This is amazing to me, and this is actually kind of proof why I think there's a plasma apocalypse about to happen. So I'm kind of happy about this. The Hard Rock Hotel fell over a year ago, and the shit is on the main street, on Canal Street. It fell over onto the street. And so this is a major intersection. And now that major intersection, for over a year, they just decided not to clean it up because there was a lawsuit against the city, against the Hard Rock, against the construction company. Then they went to fix it. Like a week later, they went to fix it. And then when they went to fix it, the thing they were trying to fix it with broke. And then they just left it all there. They just left it there. They just left it in the middle of the fucking Canal Street. And they just said, oh, we're not going to fix that until, we were guessing at what month they would. And they said they ain't going to fix it until, you know when they said they're going to fix it? Look it up. December of this year. I'm starting to wonder. They said they were waiting until December of this year. And if I had to tell you the date, it might surprise you. They're giving an exact date. Go look it up. When are they going to fix the Hard Rock Hotel that they were building in New Orleans that should have taken literally less than a month, probably near 2 weeks to just fucking clean up? Just to get rid of this shit so it's off the street so no one has to worry about it. Just, this shit broke, get rid of this, move it away so everything works. So people can drive and people can be comfortable and we can just move along our city the way we should be able to. Take the streetcar up and down Canal, people can drive. No, still not. No, this has been over a year. Oh yes. Nowhere could you imagine. This could be like whatever city you live in, whatever the main street is in the middle of the city that you live in. Imagine just something fell over and all you need to do was clean it up, but you just left it there. And then no one could drive, and you had to just drive out of the fucking way to go around it. And I'm like, oh, just leave it there. That's what's happened. That's okay? That's the best New Orleans could do? Bullshit! Who the fuck is running the show? Who the fuck is in charge here? You tell me that's just not cleaned up. That's just not cleaned up. If that was my shit, if this was my city, that shit would have been cleaned up within fucking a week. You don't just leave that shit there like that. You'll make a mess. We're in New Orleans. We make messes all the time. We break shit. Things are a mess. Just like New York City. Fucking shit gets fucked up. But it gets cleaned up. Just sitting there. Just whatever. So what? If it was on a side street of another city, it would have been cleaned up within a month. This is in the middle of the fucking city. If someone came here, I'd be like, this is normal? Not really, but yeah, I guess Hard Rock's allowed to do that? I guess. Sorry, it really frustrated me because a friend of mine lived in a building right behind where this happened. And so, like, every day she'd be like, oh, I can't park where I normally park. I can't even go to work the way I would normally work. I can't. And so I'm just going to go over here, I guess. Yeah. Hey, right, so are chocolate chips part of my supplies? I do have chocolate chips. I do. They're there to make chocolate chip cookies. I mean, if urine is plasma, I suppose so. As we get closer to what I think the date will be, I'm going to go on a fast. The reason I haven't fasted very much is just because, I fast in and out, right? And then as we get closer to, if December 21st is the day, or what, if I just notice some weird shit happen, I'm like, oh, time to fast. And I'll just leave all my canned goods and everything else for, fucking what are you going to do? Upgrades for humanity. I mean, everyone's energy is going to change. Everyone's DNA is going to change. We always change our DNAs, our DNA, our coatings, our like whatever's going on inside of us. It changes all the time. So if the whole system upgrades, then because as above, so below, within, so without, then we must upgrade too. But some people won't be able to handle the upgrade. Some people will get the, I think, telekinesis, because we already get bits and pieces of telekinesis. We all get into the dream world and kind of connect there. I know lots of people be like, yo, I've definitely talked to you in the dream world. I was like, yeah? Maybe I talk to you. But on a sense, on a sensory level, there's things that we can do. Sometimes I've made some really crazy things happen. Didn't really expect it to happen, but it did. And we've all been there where we're thinking about something and it just occurred. Like things that just shouldn't happens. So like, I don't know, whatever you consider a superpower, I think you'll get. I don't know that everyone will get the same thing. I don't think so. But whatever you think are like X-Men superpowers, yeah, I think those things happen. Some people have a lot of anger and fire. I think you might throw fire out your hands. Some people are very icy and cold, and if you got more icy and cold, you might be able to freeze things out. I don't know. I think there's many different paths for the way the mind will amplify itself. So if your DNA just says, hey, there's more amperage, there's more energy, whatever you're thinking about more, you could project more of. You could, whatever that is. Some people will be able to do a lot of things. Other people will be very, very talented at one thing. Very, very, very direct with this is what I can do. Other ones will just be like, I'm talented at all this shit. Yeah, the two strains, yep. Yeah, I mean, that's gonna be the funny thing is people are at first it's like trying to ride a bike or do something and you're it's like watching the movie X-Men and they're like going through the school or watching like trying to learn how to control their powers and use them because people won't know. They'd be like, oh, they have these powers, like what the fuck, how do I do this? What am I supposed to do with this shit? Because they won't know how to work with it. But yeah, I hear you on that. I the strain thing, I don't know. I mean, 12 sounds about right. I mean, if we jump from 2 to 12, that's a lot. I would hope people would just jump from 2 to 4 and just learn the next ones. But if you go, it's like learning a 2 string to a 12 string. That's fucking wow. Have fun. I mean, for me, I mean, it's like have fun. See, it's a ride, man. Put your quarter in, get on up and down and around, or like roller coaster. It's like your boy said. He's still alive. He goes by. It's so funny to think of this because it's actually probably pretty true. Bill Hicks is right now. Bill Hicks, one of the most wonderful comedians, is now the angriest man on the planet. What time is it here? It's 8 o'clock. So give me I'll give you guys 10 more minutes because I just want to do some stretches and shit and take a little fucking moment to myself, take a shit and all that, and then I'll get back on here probably like 9. But I'll just finish this out with any other questions or whatever, and then if you guys want to come back on here in like 45 minutes, I just want a moment or two, peruse, see if I got any emails or comments or text messages or whatever the fucking answer. I don't know, IGs and all that shit. Because sometimes people ask me shit over there, so I should tend to that for a second. Tend to the other sheep, I guess. No, that's terrible to call people sheep. Although Vernon Coleman says, I've owned sheep, and I think that's a terrible thing to call humans sheep, because sheep are intelligent. Humans, not so much. Eric Pearl, nice. I'll have to check him out. Divide, remind me of that. Hit me. Like I'm not gonna come back. I probably will not get to 3 hours in this video. I'll probably forget it. But yeah, wherever you can, send me an Eric Pearl. Yeah, check him out in Cali. From Cali. Is he in Maine now, or is he in Cali? Only thing that's bothered me about having my beard this long, sometimes I'll be doing something, all of a sudden I'll feel something in my arm, like, what the fuck is that? I was like, oh shit, it was my beard. Like, what kind of fucking weird little creature is walking around my arm? Like, no, that's just your beard hair. So I just trimmed my mustache a little bit. Probably trim my beard hair. I don't know. I just doing during this whole like it doesn't matter thing. I don't get to go out in public. I don't have to see anybody. Like I can just go to the park. Just like stop shaving. Not that I ever shaved. I just stopped cutting my hair. This hair I never really cut. All right, guys. I'm gonna dip out of here. But like I said, it's been fun. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this. I will be back. I will be back at about 9 my time. 45 minutes or so. If you want, you can always give me a thumbs up. You can sub. You can subscribe. All that shit. You can donate to me, which is great. I don't know how long that money thing will last anymore. So if you got a lot of it, feel free to give it to me. I'll put it into good use. Yeah, look below. There's in the description box a way to put some money into my accounts because they're pretty much on empty at this point. So yeah, yeah, we'll talk soon. Stock up for the apocalypse. Hopefully it doesn't come. I don't know. I think hopefully it should. I don't know. Can't really tell. I'm not Thanos, but yeah, hopefully it does. I think we'll see. We'll talk soon. Wholeness and peace and all that shit and whatever. Yeah. We'll talk soon. Bye, guys.